Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if he doesn't play, they're cooked because they might pretend. Yeah. They
Play
Don't
call.
do it.
That-
Don't do it.
Great. Okay. All right.
I mean, here is their backup quarterback,
All right,
Jimmy Garoppolo,
I'm gonna
since
back
he
off.
left the warm bosom of Kyle Shanahan.
He's
That's
in the warm bosom of Sean McVay. though.
Yeah, but I thought his body betrayed him, bro.
It
I thought
did.
that. So
He's had a few
what
years
is it?
to recoup.
What is it?
He's had a few years to get it back.
Okay. That won't play. And so, yeah, of course I'm worried. I think McVay, I think McVay is a top 5 coach. I have him ranked higher than some coaches. Oh, he's won a Super Bowl too, so it doesn't matter. I was going to say some of your coaches that have won a Super Bowl.
Yeah. Lost one too.
He's been to 2. I think McVay has an argument. He's the second best coach in football. I love Puka, and I think they've done a really good job on the fly rebuilding that defensive line post Aaron Donald retirement. I thought that was remarkable. But the offense won't work without Stafford. And Stafford, we're talking epidural, and you know what I mean, that right now he couldn't do, the LeBron's Pilates workout. That is concerning to me.
Well, look, I put a call in or got in contact with our guy, David, Dr. David Chow,
yes.
former NFL doctor. He brought up 2 comps. One, guys who've had this situation, because it's about the nerves, he said. Yeah. Tony Romo, who had to get surgery because of this, but Phillip Rivers, I think it was 2014, who had this condition and then didn't miss a game. And Rivers, like Stafford, was an Iron Man, right?
Yeah.
So I think Stafford will play. Florio reported that he's going to start working out later this week. I think he'll play. I just think it'll hamper him, like it has not this injury, but the various injuries he have hampered him over the last 3 years.
Yeah, I think it was it yesterday or a couple of days ago when we did the 1 to 10, how worried we were, and I was a 7, and you were a 10 actually.
Yeah.
Like I'm very concerned, and I can understand getting the epidural and why you would do that. Minimize the inflammation and just feel good. Anytime you I've played in this league, and I've been in situations where I've got an injection, and it feels great for a period, and then what doesn't happen is the opportunity that truly provides for us to then work on like the biomechanics of how we're moving. Guys don't do that because, oh man, it feels good. I don't even feel that anymore. Right. And so you go performing as though there's nothing wrong.
And then when it wears off.
And then when it wears off or it wears off, then it's like you haven't fixed anything.
Right. These things, when you kind of get this type of treatment, it's actually so you can then do the workouts, do the exercise, do the treatment that you need to then strengthen your body that you couldn't otherwise do without the something like an epidural or pain medication, whatever it may be. I'm sure there's plenty of athletes who take it and are just like, great, I feel good and I don't got to worry about anything else. But when you're actually being treated formally by like actual doctors, specialists, whatever it may be, like most of the time, it's not just pain management. It's, all right, we got to really work on, the muscles around your back, whatever maybe, whatever type of injury you're dealing with. And I mean, when I had my one shoulder injury when I was 14, that's what I learned. I mean, and granted, it was with a high level orthopedic doctor who, did surgeries on like NHL players and NBA players, stuff like that. But like, I'm surprised that Greg's not pointing that part of it out, honestly. Because that is what you're going to start to do now is like, let me, right now I can't do the things that I need to do to get me moving, get me progress. Like this isn't even just from an athlete standpoint. Like they do this for knee replacements even, right? Like even elderly. I went with this with my father a couple years ago and he's getting his knee replaced again, his other knee now in October. And the whole thing was that he originally was like, I don't want to take the medicine. And so he refused to take it. But because of that, he then could not do the physical therapy properly. And so everything got pushed back and delayed, and he had complications for it. And it wasn't until he started taking the medicine now that he was now able to do the exercises, do the workouts, do the range of motion, etc., etc. So that's really a major key point here, which also makes it a lot more alarming right now and concerning, because you're pretty much saying Stafford right now needs this just so he can do the things that he needs to do in order to like start to feel better, to kind of strengthen his back and put himself in a better position. Sometimes there is no workouts, or I don't want to say physical therapy, but like it's just rest, right? Or it's something that's chronic. So like, you can strengthen the muscles around the issue all you want, but it's only going to, take you so far. And that's going to now be more aligned with what Greg is saying here, of kind of just like the problem's still there and there's nothing you can do about it. And sometimes that is what it is with back injuries. Sometimes it's like, no matter how much we strengthen your back, your core, your glutes, which your glutes actually affect your back majorly. A lot of people don't realize that. We can help stabilize this a little bit, but like you're still going to have some pain here. And then it is just kind of about pain management. And if you ever talk to any like actual pain management physician, it's just like a huge part of their job is just relaying to the patients like, like this is it. Like the best we can do is just like try our best to kind of help manage this. Like that's literally why it's called pain management. There is no solving. There is no magical exercise. There is no magical surgery. So it's definitely concerning, and make no mistake about it, an epidural is that's a real thing. That's what they give to women when they're giving birth, right? So it's like it's a real thing, and you got nerve blocks, like so it's clearly hurting him, right? It's definitely clearly a thing. Comparing him to Romo and Phillip Rivers right now, I feel like it's unhelpful. I just an injury like this is kind of too weirdly specific, too individual. It's not like it's like a knee surgery or an Achilles, like something that we've like seen so many times that we, that a lot of people would say, okay, like this is kind of the process here. So I wouldn't use those other quarterbacks as even remotely a reference, as kind of proving my point, because one quarterback needed surgery and the other quarterback was able to continue to play. So it really kind of all depends. But what I will say this, I do believe, based on what I'm seeing here, is that this most likely will be something that he is going to have to deal with throughout the entire season. And if there's no reliable way for him to manage that pain throughout the season, like I believe that he would probably find a way to play, but also by definition, he's just not going to be 100%. Is there a way for them to manage the pain during the games? Absolutely. But what people often always forget and overlook when dealing with an injury of some sort is like, it's not always just about like, can we get you feeling good on game day? It's also everything after that. It's like you're going to be so much more sore. It's harder for you to sleep. And when it's harder for you to sleep, it's harder for you to recover. It's harder for you to get that energy. Like it can kind of snowball. Like anyone who's ever had a major injury, like or surgery or anything like that, the hardest part is sleep, right? Like it's and a lot of doctors will start to say, like, when you start to sleep normally, right, and are able to sleep in your normal sleep position and sleep at a normal time and stay asleep like you were before, like that's how a lot of doctors will often, especially old school doctors, it's like that's how they'll often be like, all right, you're recovering, you're getting better, you're getting back to your normal self. So this is just a lot of extra nonsense that you just obviously do not want to deal with at all. I mean, the ultimate silver lining is like he's either able to make it work and get after it, and if he's not, then this season potentially becomes a punt. Although I kind of do believe in Jimmy Garoppolo a little bit, because I don't think it's a question that Sean McVay is the second best coach in the NFL. Like I'm surprised that Nick was even kind of like, well, there's a debate. Who are you putting above Sean McVay? Like I don't even understand that. Like it's absolutely Sean McVay. But So I do think they could still win some games with Jimmy G. But even if they can't, you're flush with draft capital, and you're going to have a high draft pick, and you're going to be able to draft your quarterback either with your draft or the trade that you made this past draft. And, I mean, you're going to be able to get your quarterback of the future for the next, ideally, like 10 plus years. So, you know, it's just kind of a wait and see thing. You know, I think the last time we did this, right, on the scale of 1 to 10, I think I said a 5, I think is what I did. You know, I'll go up to like a 7, 6 or 7. Like I said, an epidural is a real thing, no joke. Yeah, just kind of a wait and see thing. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Los Angeles Rams and Matthew Stafford? How concerned are you about this? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and I absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all generally feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be a part of. I think we're all on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. It really does help the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.